Hey everybody, John Ramdeen and Robin Black here talking about cool fight at 185 pounds going down in Nashville, Tennessee. Thales, Leites, former UFC middleweight title challenger. Remember, he left the Ultimate Fighting Championship, then he came back to the Ultimate Fighting Championship, and he has been on a mission. This guy has been looking damn good against some of the best fighters in the world, including the 185-pound champion, Michael Bisping. Yeah. Taking on Sam Alvey. It feels like Thales Leites has a skill advantage in this fight. And I see you raise the eyebrows. Yeah. Is that the game here? Do you make it just about skill? We've seen his improvements in the stand-up game. I think a lot of people forget just how goddamn good this guy is if he gets the fight down to the ground. Or is it just make it about jiu-jitsu?
That would be cool, for sure. I mean, he's going to have a massive advantage there, and I think he'll be thinking about trying to take it there. Who was it who really beat him up? Gegard? Oh, see that? He got to taste the skill advantage in that one. He's tasted it on the other side, where he has been on the ground with guys going, this guy is not in my realm. And I think he probably believes that'll be the case with Sam. But Sam's wife will tell you. And she's smart.
Yeah, she is smart.
She's really smart.
Really nice. And nice little family.
Yeah. And I like, there's a real simplicity in the way that their team thinks. They look for the low-hanging fruit answer, you know? But sometimes when you're really outskilled, what was it Dr. Seuss once said, the great Dr. Seuss, sometimes the questions are complicated and the answers are simple. Right. So Thales Leites, on the ground and really on the feet, these questions are very complicated. The question for Sam and Mrs. Smilin, is can they find the simple answers? And the thing about it is, he's done that a lot. You know, there's a lot of fights that Sam Alvey has laid somebody out that people thought he wasn't gonna. So I'm not betting against him just because I agree with you. There is a skill discrepancy when Thales Leites fights a lot of these guys. And on the ground, there should be one. But sometimes the answers are simple.
When you think about a lot of skill guys, high level of skill, especially specialists, a guy like Thales Leites or Damian Maia, do we forget that in addition to them having this superior skill, that they're also tough as shit?
Yeah. It's so true, man. You know, there's more than one story.
Yeah, right.
And I think as storytellers, we so often tell the easy story. And you know, we've worked in a variety of environments, in television and web and all of these things. And people tend to zoom in on a story. But there's many stories. Thales Leites is many, many things. And you're right, among those is toughness. I mean, he kept fighting. If you remember the amount of abuse he took from Gegard, and he kept fighting. But Sam can turn you right off. Just shut you right off. Like, and we're... you know what I mean? Like just right in the middle of it. So that's the thing he brings to every fight, and that's why I'm not going to miss a Sam Alvey fight. I'm not going to miss one.
I will tell you, a fighter that I don't want to miss, and you know, right now it's very difficult. Who should fans watch? It's a very, very crowded landscape. But one guy I don't think a lot of people are talking about is Stevie Ray and his sublime stand-up abilities and how he's able to float there. And it seems to be that he's on a different level than some of the other fighters in his division.
Who was that? And I apologize. And I've only had one beer. See, we just do this ourselves now. We can drink beer.
That's right.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
But who's that kid from Halifax that just looked so good?
Gavin Tucker.
Gavin Tucker.
Yeah.
Some of these guys are operating on another level. Gavin is one of these guys, and Stevie Ray is one of these guys. And it is a combination of being really well coached, incredibly driven, ferocious and voracious appetite for improvement and study, and always needing to go further. You know, Dwayne Ludwig, as a coach, thinks that way. And some of these guys, coaches, you need to be working with somebody who is helping you peel those layers back. And Stevie Ray must be doing that. Joe Lauzon, he's very unpredictable. he puts 1 and 1 together and comes up with 30 somehow, you know what I mean? His math doesn't work out the same way as everybody else's. His thought process isn't exactly the same way. So he's going to be, he's somebody who can trick you as well. It's a cool fight.
It feels like Joe Lauzon is operating on a different wavelength because his intellect is so high, and he understands what playing field he has to fight you on. And in this fight with Stevie Ray, who's going to be smooth and he's going to be slick and there's going to be counters, that Joe Lauzon wants to make it dirty and grimy and play his game where it's like, the thing is, Joe Lauzon, is he too focused on always hunting for the bonus? And that's one of the things that allows somebody to score on this guy? Or does he have the ability now, as he's getting older, to say, you know what? Yes, I want the bonus, but I want to win fights and I want to prove myself as a martial artist against this new technology.
Man, Joe Lauzon's so different, eh? There have been times where he said, you know, maybe it isn't all about the bonus. Other times where he has talked openly about the fact that to him, taking early risks is a long-term risk minimization. That, you know, that's what I mean by the math doesn't add up. Or does it? Because,
well, if I land a knockout blow in the first round, I don't have to go to round 2 or 3.
That's exactly right. And he's the only guy I ever knock out Diego Sanchez. And that night illustrated his
That was in round 3, too?
No, I think it was early. Like in the first minute or two, he took out Diego.
So that's quick.
Yeah, it was. Which had never been done before. But that illustrates his point. He's like, on some nights... Then on other nights, you got Jim Miller. You know, then other nights it's him and Jim Miller a couple of times. But on the night where you take the guy out quick because you introduce higher levels of risk into the equation early, you get to finish the performance bonus and you go home. And on the nights it doesn't work out, you get the fight of the night bonus and you go home. And so it has made him successful, beloved, entertaining, wealthy, hopefully. He's made a lot. You add 50 together 8 or 9 times, then you do some smart things with it, and hopefully that works out for him. He's a cool dude and a fascinating character, and I really hope that we get 3 or 4 or 5 more years out of Joe Lauzon doing his thing, because we know Stevie Ray is going to be getting better and better. We might get 10 years out of him.
Joe Lauzon, clearly one of the most entertaining fighters ever on the UFC's roster. This fight at 155 pounds, and of course the other fight, Thales Leites and Smiling Sam Alvey at 185 pounds.